Okay, everyone. So this is going to be we're going to start Baroness Ancella's Crypt. If you haven't watched the first video, it goes through just kind of how Battle Quest works as well as our build. I'll go ahead and read this, and we'll get started right away. So Baroness Ancella lived centuries ago in the heart of Relicore. Ambitious and avaricious, she conquered much of Relicore with mercenary armies, pillaging the wealth of a nation. It's whispered that she sought secrets of the afterworld in a vain attempt at immortality, but only earned lasting infamy. Upon answering Tanis's request for adventurers, she asks you to retrieve Ancella's diary as research for my latest play. The ghostly playwright says excitedly. You can keep any other treasure you find. I just need some help with understanding her motivation. So we're going to be starting in the first room, which is the zombie room. It has a bonus. If we clear this room in 5 beats or less, we regain 3 life, and we go to A, which is the second. And we've already went through in the previous video what their attacks are, but this one is pretty simple. All we have to do to get through this room with no difficulty is avoid bite and make sure we have armor for shamble and lunge, and that's what we're gonna do. So for our first set, we'll probably just be choosing burst to get away from the bite, and I will be choosing. I want to choose pack bond. Yep. So pack bond. We will be emptying a second pack just to get the 2 life back, but it won't really matter. All we care about here is getting the -2. So what we'll end up doing is we're going to be uh, emptying immortality and endless to make sure that we go faster than the lunges. But let's go ahead and shuffle these up. And keep in mind that even though we have it, so it wouldn't matter anyway because we have a tiebreaker, but in multiplayer in these we win ties anyway. So all right, and ordinarily you'd have their life, but they only have 3 life, and literally with super everything means that we will beat them in 1 hit. So we will pay 2 life uh, to anti immortality and endless. This gives us prio 3, and we have the tiebreaker, so we'll go faster than any lunges. And then we'll go ahead and reveal. So that's going to be a lunge. That's going to be a bite. That is a shamble. And that is a shamble. So at the start, we have 2 active packs. We'll regain our 2 life, and we'll retreat 1. We will hit this zombie for 4, and kill him. Well, I guess technically this person would go, they would miss, and then we would do that. Then anybody with a lunge, which is going to be 4 through 5, we killed the only one there, and then these 2 will both advance 1. At the end, I will keep immortality up. And at this range, nothing can hit us. Right? I get back Dark Heart Strike. Switch Dog comes down. Pack Bond Burst. And we really just want to make sure that we hit something. We don't. There is a thought here. Yeah, so let's do this. I will get these items back. Oh, I get 1 force. I'll get these items back. So we can do, and just make sure we're in range for the future. 1 second. All right. Sorry, dog is drinking water. All right. So we can do something like a cursed drive. This is going to be at priority 5, which is actually perfect. If this, so we'll go before any lunges. They may hit us, but it won't matter because they only deal 1 damage, and we have technically armor 4. I don't care that I'll be trashing a pact. I plan on this room being over before anything becomes relevant. Oh, and if we do get hit, and it's we will trash a trash corruption because it does not matter for this room at all. So let's shuffle these up. All right. Just make sure. Yep. And then we will reveal. So this is going to be a shamble. This is going to be a shamble. And this is going to be a bite. So the bite will happen first. Kate misses. And then we go at priority 5. We will advance 2. And hit this one for 4, which will kill them. And then this one will go and we'll advance 1. None of this, like I said, particularly scary, even a little bit. Alright, so these come down. Pact Bond Burst, Accursed Drive. I already gained a force. Immortality does go away, but I don't even think we'll need to ante it this turn. I get Switch Dodge back, but that won't matter. Yes, this is fairly simple. Necrotizing Grasp, we don't even need to ante. This will hit for 3. It will be at prio 6. And the most that this thing can do is come here. So not super problematic. And as you can see, we're still at full health, right? I don't even think we need it into anything. No. And we'll reveal. So this one bites. That's 6. Technically, we actually go first because we have this. So we'll hit it for 3. And we'll kill it. And then this one goes is a shamble, and it will advance 1. We gain a force, and we're done there. Alright, and then this is actually the simplest one so far. Nothing it can do will matter. We'll just switch shot. And you'll notice that I'm not regaining force because we're going to have to reset that in a moment here. So technically it will lunge, but we will have the priority breaker, and we will hit it for 5, and it will die. Technically we would regain 3 health from the zombie room, but we're at full health, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so this goes back to 5 force. We get to reset our discards if we wish, which we will do. Imps are a little bit different in that they do have an ignore guard, and I'll show you what they do here in a minute, but let's go ahead and get set up first. So we enter where we are. Perfect. There's an imp here, there's an imp here, and there's an imp here. Alright, they also have 3 health, so I won't be keeping track of that this turn. Their abilities, which are here, are on 1 to 3. It has a range 1, 2 power, 3 prio attack, and before activating it closes 8. At 4 to 5, it's got a trick knife, which is range 1 to 3, deals 1 damage at prio 4, but it ignores guard. So we want to probably have armor up almost entirely if we're ever going to have something under 4 prio. The big thing that we have to worry about is Imp Bomb, which is their 6 attack. It's range 1, deals 5 damage at prio 7, and then if it damages us, we defeat this monster. For this room, if we clear it in 4 beats or less, we will regain 3 life. So this is pretty similar in that we just want to make sure that we don't get blown out by Imp Bomb. We will likely start off with a Grasp or a 1 to 3, probably a Grasp. And we'll probably be anting corruption or immortality as well. So for this, we don't want Strike, and I'm at full life, so we don't need Dark Heart. And the first one was trivially easy. This one's a little bit more difficult, but not overly so. Okay, so to start things off, we just want to make sure that we beat Imp Bomb. That's prio 7. And I actually think we'll probably just start off the exact same way here, where we'll do Pack Bond Grasp. That is 4, 5, and then we'll ante Endless and Immortality, which will get us to 7 and give us armor 2. And this will let us keep Immortality for next turn. And that is what we'll do. So we'll get to that in a moment. First things first. Alright, so we'll spend 2 life to ante both Immortality and Endless. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. And we have 3 power, which is our health. None of them have armor, so perfect. Alright, and let's see what they've got. So this one would, in fact, have done Imp Bomb on us, but instead, we're just going to kill it. Get lucky. This one will do Trick Knife, which will miss. Oh, that is. And this one's going to rush down, so it's going to come in, but it's going to be absorbed by our card. So we'll start off, and we'll hit this one, or we'll regain our 2 life at the start of turn. From Pack Bond, we'll hit it for 3, which will kill it. Then this one will range 1 to 3 Trick Knife, which does nothing. And this one will close 8. And will hit us for 2. We have armor 2, so we're fine. We will keep Immortality up. Get back Dark Heart Strike. Pack Bond Grasp. We regain 1 force. And the 2 options here. Option number 1 is we could try to burst once again. We just have to beat. Yeah, we could. Burst is probably fine. So Anathema Burst, for instance, this is going to be. It will end up being 1 prio 2. Yeah, so what we'll do here is we will end up just anting for priority. That way we can also beat a Trick Knife. Not that it'll matter, but this way we are guaranteed to take no damage. Because that way we can't get Trick Knifed and Rush Downed. Yeah, so for our turn, we'll spend 2. We'll anti-priority. So 0 plus 1 plus 1, so 4. And we have, yeah, so perfect. And we will see 1, so this one will rush down at prio 3. And 2, so this one will rush down at prio 3 as well. It doesn't really matter. I guess I will retreat 1. I'll hit this one for 4, which will kill it. And then this one will close 8 and hit me for 2. But I have armor 2. I regain 1 force. These come down. Immortality goes away. And once again, now we just need to beat prio 7 and we're fine. So let's do that. So that's going to be priority 4 so far. We'll anti-endless. And we'll anti our prio token. Yeah. So let's just do this. Alright. We'll spend a life. Anti-endless. We'll use our sprint shoes token. That is 3. So 3, 4, 7. And we'll beat Imp Bomb with no issues. It's a rush down, doesn't really matter. We'll hit it, we'll regain 2 life. And we will beat this. And since we beat it, technically we would regain 3 life. That doesn't really matter since we're still at full health. And we will come back. So that's 5. And we'll set up for the next room. Next room's a little bit different in that it actually has these dark wisps. The dark wisps, which you can see here. So this monster cannot be hit by a player who moved during this beat. It's got 3 health. It only has 1 attack, which is Flicker. It's range X. X is the number that you reveal on the token. It does 2 damage at prio 3. It has 0 guard. So mostly we just want to make sure that we're not trying to move if we're going to hit anything. Just a moment here and I'll get that set up. Alright, and now we're set up. If we clear this room in 5 beats or less, we go to E, which is a different room. Otherwise, we go to C. I don't anticipate any problems with this. And the real question is whether or not we just want to hit this thing and save our items or our other stuff. We have Shot and Bloodlight, but we've also got Necrotizing and our Inevitable Curse. So we will be able to hit something every round. And it really doesn't matter which thing we go for. They're all going to be kind of the same. So we're going to follow our previous plan that we've been doing, which is a Pack Bond. We'll go with the Grasp. And we will anti-immortality and inevitable. First, I guess we will get this set up here. And we will pay 2 life for these 2. This will let us choose which, if one of these is going to hit us, we could choose to hit this one or this one. And then that way we'll be fine. So we do that. Let's show. So this will hit range 1. This is not going to hit anybody. This is going to hit range 5. And this one will hit us at range 4, but we'll have armor 2. So the first thing that happens is we regain 2 life. And we will... I'm actually going to hit... this one. We will hit it for 3 damage. And we will keep immortality. This one's going to hit us for 2, which we have armor 2, so we're fine. These all come back. And once again, we can't hit anything where if we move, because these are all dark wisps. We keep immortality up. And okay, so there are 2 there. Yeah, and so we'll just use a necrotizing strike. The first one that hit us won't matter, and then we're going to save our shot for this. So this is totally fine. We do gain a force from last turn, and let's see what they're going to do. We have no need for an anti, so we're not going to, and let's just see what's going to happen here. Range 6, range 4, range 3. So nothing's going to hit us, and we're going to smash this guy for a grip. And everything else will miss us. Immortality will go away. We'll get back switch burst. We regain a force. Alright. So now we're at the point where we just want to make sure that we don't move. And Accursed Pact Bond. We don't have to ante anything. We'll let us hit either. And if we get, if we have to trash a pack, that's totally fine. So let's see what they're going to do. Range 3, range 2. Neither's going to hit. We're going to take this. We're going to get grass back next turn, which is fine. So we're going to hit this guy. For 3. Yeah. We did not regain any life, but we didn't need to. It's possible that I should just ante just the immortality just to be safe. But I already had armor 2. But technically, no, it would not have mattered. Alright, so we gain 1. These come down, these come down. And it doesn't really matter. I go faster than him and I hit him. And he's going to die. Alright, and now you can see that these first 2 rooms are these first 3 rooms are kind of whatever, right? That we're going to go to the next video. This is going to be the back half video. This, the first couple ones are not a problem at all. But I wanted to set this up and show this to you for this upcoming room, because finally we have something that we actually have to be worried about. So first things first, we start off, it's the Filthy Ooze room, so we start off there. Since we beat it in 5 beats or less, we went to E instead of C. C would have werewolves, but here, so we have another Dark Wisp there. That's one that can't be hit unless I hit it. A Dark Wisp there. And then, here, we've got a Vile Ooze. And the Vile Ooze is unlike these Dark Wisps, which have 3 health. So the Vile Ooze has 14 health, which we're going to keep track of here. So it's got 14 health. Whenever I enter a space adjacent to this monster, or it enters a space adjacent to you, I suffer chip 1. And it's got a whole host of attacks. So, and 1 to 2, at range 1, it deals 5 damage. At Prio 2, advance up to 3 beforehand. For 3 to 4, it does Vile Miasma, which is range 1 to 8. Attacks for 4, Prio 0, Guard 0. So essentially hits the whole board. Congeal at 5 is range 1 to 2, attack 4, Prio 0, Guard 0, Armor 2, and it advances up to 2 before activating. And its 6th attack is Slime Launch, which is at range 1, hits for 6 at Prio 6, and pushes the opponent 4. So what we'll be looking to do here is focus on this Vile Ooze, which, unlike these Dark Wisps from before, those aren't real threats, but this Vile Ooze definitely can deal us some damage. And the other, I guess, key thing to note for this is it doesn't actually have high priorities. So, and it has no guard outside of that Armor 2 on its Congeal. So as long as we hit it faster, we will stun it out. But yeah, that will be our first room for the second video when we really get into the meat of this dungeon and some of the harder stuff. So look forward to seeing you there. Thanks.